I hope you're doing well. I'd like to start this video off by saying thank you. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for your continued support. It means the world to me. Now, recording these videos, it certainly helped me day by day, and I hope that it's done the same for you. In 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14, we see Paul's final exhortations to the Corinthian church, or at least his first epistle. He's ending it, and he says, watch. Stand fast in the faith. Be brave. Be strong. Let all that you do be done with love. Let all that you do be done with love. He says, watch. What are we watching for? In Matthew chapter 24, verse 42, we read, watch therefore, for you do not know the hour in which your Lord is coming. Watch. You don't know when he's coming. He says, watch. Be ready. That's what Matthew says. That's exactly what Paul says as well. Watch. Be ready. Be ready. He says, stand fast in the faith. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, starting in verse 1, we read, moreover, brethren, I declare to you the gospel which I preached to you, which also you received, and in which you stand. Stand in the gospel. He says in verse 2, by which you are saved. By which you are saved, if you hold fast that word which I preached to you, unless you believed in vain. He says you're standing in it. Now hold fast to it. Paul describes the gospel in the next 3 verses, the fact that Jesus died, that he was buried, that he rose up 3 days later, and that he was seen by a multitude of witnesses. Paul tells us, stand fast, hold firm to that gospel. He says, be brave, be strong. Be brave, be strong. In Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 and following, we read, for this reason we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and ask that you may be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that you may walk worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing him, being fruitful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. Now pay attention to what he says in verse 11, strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, for all patience and long-suffering with joy, giving thanks to the Father, who has qualified us to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in the light. Strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power. The Bible does say, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. He says, be brave, be strong. That's a difficult thing to do. We should certainly try. We should definitely try. He says in verse 14, let all that you do be done with love. All that you do be done with love. A Christian's life should be motivated by love. Love for God, yes. Love for Christ, of course, but love for our fellow man as well. Dear friend, these are the maxims that a Christian should live by. Watch. Stand fast in the faith. Be brave. Be strong. And let all that you do be done with love.